In this lesson, we are going to talk about the derivation of first order integrated rate equation. Now, in this class of reactions, that is first order type of reactions, the rate of reaction is proportional to the first power of the concentration of the reactant R. So, for example, if we take a general reaction where reactant R is changing into any product P, then the rate of reaction in its differential form can be written as rate is equal to minus dr by dt equal to K into concentration of the reactant R raised to the power 1, or you can write it as dr by R equal to minus K dt. We have brought both the concentration terms on one side of the equal to sign. Now integrating this equation on both the sides, what we obtain is ln R equal to minus kt plus I. So dr by R on integrating changes into ln R, and minus k dt on integrating it changes into minus kt, and along with that we are getting a constant I, which is known as the constant of integration. Now how to calculate the value of the constant of integration? In order to do that, what we do is that in place of time t we take 0, that is we take time t equal to 0. So when time t is equal to 0, then the concentration of the reactant R is known as the initial concentration of the reactant, and it is written as R naught. So now in the integrated rate equation derived above, we will be putting time t equal to 0, and in place of R we will be putting the value R naught. So the equation changes to ln R naught equal to minus k into 0 plus I. K into 0 becomes 0. So what we are left with is ln R equal to I. Or we can say that I, the integration constant, is equal to ln R naught. Now substituting this value of I in the equation 4 that we derived above, we get ln R equal to minus kt plus ln R naught. That is equation 5 is obtained, and this equation 5 is the integrated rate equation for first order reactions. Now let us compare this equation 5 with the straight line equation y is equal to mx plus c. So if we are plotting a curve, a graph of ln R against time t, then as per its comparison with straight line equation, we are expecting to obtain a straight line, and we do get a straight line with a negative slope. The slope will give you the value of k, that is slope is minus k, and the line, the straight line, will be cutting the y-axis at a certain point. Means there will be an intercept which will be indicated in the graph, and that intercept value will give you the value of ln R naught. So if you are plotting ln R versus time, then the graph, which will be a straight line with a negative slope, will be a graph which is obtained for a first order reaction. So if you are asked a question in which the graph is given and they are asking you to predict the order of reaction, then the only thing that you have to remember is that you have to be careful in observing the two variables which are plotted, one on the y and the other on the x-axis. If the graph is between ln R versus time t, and the graph is a straight line with a negative slope, then that graph indicates that the reaction is a first order reaction. Now you rearrange that equation 5 in such a manner that both the concentration terms are taken on one side of the equal to sign, then we can write that equation as kt equal to ln R naught minus ln R, which can be written as kt equal to ln R naught upon R. And if we take time also on the same side where we have written the concentration terms, then we get an equation in terms of k, and it is K is equal to 1 by T ln R naught by R. That is equation 6 is obtained. Now what we can do further to simplify this equation, we can replace natural log, that is ln, with log, and in order to do so we will have to write 2.303 log in place of ln. So when we are writing that, the equation now changes into equation 7, which is K is equal to 2.303 upon T log R naught by R. Now this is the most useful equation and the final equation in terms of rate constant for a first order reaction, and this is the integrated rate equation form of the first order reaction. So once again, K is equal to 2.303 upon T log R naught upon R, and this can be written as equation 8 also, wherein what we have done, we have taken log R naught by R on one side and the remaining part of the equation is on the other side, so it becomes log R naught by R equal to KT upon 2.303. This equation 8 can again be compared with the straight line equation y is equal to mx plus c. That is, again if we are plotting log R naught by R versus time t, then it will correspond to a straight line equation y is equal to mx plus c, and we'll get a straight line. Only thing is that now this time the slope of the straight line will be positive and there will be no intercept, that is the line will be starting from the origin, that is from point 0. So if you are plotting a graph of log R naught by R versus time t and you get a straight line with a positive slope and no intercept, that is the line passes through origin, then again this graph helps you in predicting the order of reaction, because in this case the order of reaction is 1, that is first order reaction. And the value of slope, which you can easily find out, the value of slope will give you the value of K, because slope is equal to K upon 2.303. Now here some examples are quoted for first order reaction. First one is hydrogenation of ethene, that is conversion of an unsaturated hydrocarbon into saturated hydrocarbon. It is following first order kinetics. Second example is thermal decomposition of dinitrogen pentoxide, where N2O5 is changing into dinitrogen tetroxide and oxygen. This also follows first order kinetics. And the third one mentions that all natural and artificial radioactive decay reactions, wherein unstable nuclei change into stable nuclei by undergoing radioactive decay, they all follow first order kinetics, that is they are all first order reactions. So this has been observed and a final conclusion has been derived from those observations, that all radioactive decay reactions, whether artificial or natural, they are all first order reactions. So you can apply the first order kinetics to them, and rate constant equation for first order can be applied to all radioactive decay reactions. Now based upon our discussions on derivation of first order reactions, there are some practice questions which you can attempt